Why can't you see? So locate and stand straight and take aim. Then gun is in my hand now, and I can't pull the trigger. I aim and then I fall down to my knees. The bullet's in my hand now, and I can't load the chamber. Is this what you remember of me? Remember carefully. The gun is in my hands now, and I can't pull the trigger. I aim and then I fall down to my knees. The bullet's in my hand now, and I can't load the chamber. Is this what you remember of me? The gun is in my Is this what you remember of me? The gun is in my Is this what you remember of me? Remember carefully.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to FSB Racing Friday night Winston Cup action from Dover Downs, Delaware. I'm your host, Shawn Reap, with the other monster, Milt and Shawn Jr. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's Friday night. I don't have to work tomorrow. That's always a good thing. And we're here at Dover, the Monster Mile. Which car is the monster going to eat tonight?
Yeah, seriously.
Cars.
Yeah, the monster is hungry. This monster's got Budweiser, so he'll be fine. But this track, yeah, they call it the Monster.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I had Miles the Monster there in the thumbnail. And if you're wondering why I made the crazy face there, I pushed myself up on the arms of my chair, and one of them collapsed all the way down to its bottom position, and I wasn't expecting
Oh, that's
that.
nice.
It wasn't apparently locked in, so...
You gotta have a 30-year-old racing seat like I got here.
Yeah.
But it's collapsed before, or I've fallen down getting out of it. You know?
I just didn't have it locked there. We're good. We're good. All right. So yeah, the concrete mile track. They call it the Monster because it eats cars, it eats tires. It's a tough place. So I love it. One of my absolute favorites. And there's another guy out there whose home track it is and definitely loves it. And go ahead, Jim. I know you're watching. Go ahead and pick him. Because that'd be Rick Johnson.
The 52.
The 52.
Well, I mean, knowing Rick for a long time, I remember him posting pictures on the forum of him and his brother who also raced in FSP. His name was Richard Weed, which that's not the same as Rick Johnson. So, and we used to call him Dick Weed. So, and he was a character, man. But pictures of them as kids starting out. See these pictures from like, you know, the early 70s, and they're like right next to the fence at Dover. And the track was different, right? I mean, it wasn't always like this, you know?
It was paved. It was paving up until, I want to say, like 94, 95.
And of course, with his dad and family, you know. So, I mean, and they lived real close, right over the. I don't know what river it is there, or in Delaware. So,
right. That's probably the Delaware River.
Yeah. That's why you make the big bucks, man. You know?
The Delaware River is also what separates New Jersey from Pennsylvania.
I mean, you know, for Rick Johnson, this is definitely home track as a get.
And yeah, there you see the orange Husqvarna number 52. He's definitely your favorite anytime you come to Dover. And you can see guys practicing pit stops too. That's always crucial here. We say that every week, but this place is particularly tough. See if we can find someone else practicing it. Oh, yeah, there you go. Woo, four-wheel drift from the 124 Rick Castle. You see you got that curved entry to pit road. It's got that wall sticking out ready to just spear your car. And if you're coming in on a green flag stop at Dover, that means your tires are in bad shape. And you're just sliding on them like marshmallows.
Woo!
Yeah, this track was asphalt, as I was saying. At the time, they ran it in 1988. But since the 90s, it's been concrete. They tried to rebrand it as White Lightning. It's still the Monster, so they leaned into it and they put that big old Miles the Monster statue out front.
Well,
of course,
in fact, I
cheering
forgot
on Slim.
to get back to him. John the Dog Palmer texted me. I'm sure he's going to be watching. He was like, it's a cinch. Market D Rocket and the 3 car is going to win this thing. Period.
Yeah, D-Rocket again. Oh yeah, he's a good one here too. Slim's good here. Ken Shea, never count him out. And you see those two guys, Slim Jim Gately and Ken Shea, are your front row. Great qualifying effort there from Dave Ellens to put it P3 with the 115. And there is the aforementioned Mark DeSenza, D-Rocket, in the number 3 Wrangler colors. He puts it outside in the second row. Lots and lots of pit stop practices here. You'll see more people practice pitting in happy hour.
Hey, there's Ken Saska. What's up, Saska?
And then your favorite there, Rick Johnson, the odds-on favorite usually. He's starting P8, so not a pole qualifying effort, but it doesn't matter where you start at a place like this. Yeah, he'll probably even drop further back than that on the start. You always want to go back, save some tires. Milty was saying it when we were talking offline here, is you can go fast for a few laps, or you can go slow for a few laps and be faster after a lot of laps. And this is a tire conservation
like
track.
2 or 40. You go out there and be a hero for a few laps, and you're gonna go backwards in a hurry. And that's definitely what we're talking about. You got to have a good pace, but you also, I mean, this is a huge field. 30 cars here.
Looks like we've got about 29, 30 cars.
29, 30 cars.
Take some of these out.
I expect some coagulation here to start.
So, our picks for second place then, because we already know.
Sorry, Doris, cheering for Slim Jim again. Mama Gately, we gave him the kiss of death ×2 last week, and we're sorry about that. But that's racing. He's the world champion this year, and he's gonna celebrate that all season. Got that championship that he deserved and earned, and it's this great field. Look at all these paints.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Ken Shea as my second place pick, outside dark horse for the win there. And who have you got to challenge the mighty 52?
I'm going with Jason Dolfer. All right. The 63, he's been qualifying up front. His time. Let's get some in that 63
Green
car.
flags in
Jam
the
and
air.
Jay, let's go. You spin the tires that are taking off. You got to be real careful with that angle of that concrete. This is the Monster Mile concrete. Got to let those tires work in. Very tight quarters. You have to be disciplined throughout this whole race. You know, I used to hate this track. I hated it. Because I was that guy that went fast for 2 laps and then went backwards. And I finally got it, you know. Got to temper it. You got to take it easy. Got to get good track position. Hitting here is very difficult. Got to slow it way down. 35 miles an hour, and there's a huge wall. And separate yourself in half. Hit it.
Yeah, I've seen guys hit the end of that pit wall and end their night coming in on old tires. But for now, it looks like we got ourselves a clean start.
This is what these pros do. They're not. This ain't their first rodeo. We got to get going. Got to get the tires warm. What's up, Danny Falcon? My Donkey Bob teammate there and FSB driver also. Lots of wins for that guy at tracks like this. This Bud's for me, absolutely. I have plenty.
Well, you
Get
got
yourself into a Kit Kat bar, Chris Beckman.
yeah,
What
Matt
does he
Watkins
do?
there.
He runs in the top 5 all the time. Right now in the top 6. Chasing Matt Ace, Stroker Ace out there in the 19 car. I don't see any paint for him. But second race I've seen him in, he was here last Friday, and welcome to FSB, sir.
Yeah, I got Matt Ace in the default orange car there. New member here. Still hasn't uploaded some paints, but we should see some paint on that 19 car soon, I'm sure. But he is definitely made an impression so far. Has been running up front most of the races I've seen.
Dave Ellens, he took his Chevy to the levee, but the levee's not dry right now on P4. And then there's that guy that Thor Dog, which by the way, Thor 108, what's up, dog? He'd be like, Monster, don't drink too many beers. I don't want you too drunk by the end of the broadcast.
Yeah, fat chance of that.
And he's got that 3 car in P3 there. Pretty good choice. Then you look at the Bumblebee there. Super B of Ken Shea. What does he do when he shows up? He always seems to get a lot of TV time. And then Slim Jim Gailey up front. Snap yourself into a Slim Jim.
Yeah, Matt Watkins qualified, which is unusual for him. Qualified near the front, and he's moving backwards, but that's by design. As you see Pops Margison there in between him and Jeff Hale. Good to see Pops back after giving us a bit of a scare there in the off season.
Are you kidding me, man? This guy's been through eye surgery, stroke, heart attack. I mean, and he couldn't wait to get back to the track. I seen pictures him with the staff of the hospital he was at that brought him back to us again, and here he is. And I was listening to the drivers meeting, and I started messing with those guys a little bit. The first guy that snapped up was Pops. How many beers have you had already, Milt? Something like that. Just a inspirational guy.
Teammate Steve Weber just a couple cars back there in the 83. Should round out your top 10, I believe.
Looks like Brad Otto has lost contact with the field a little bit, but the rest of the field is still in nice, strong outline there. A little bit of gaps there as we look at the timing board. It's starting to split up a little. Who are going to be those guys that kind of fall back a little bit? And then all of a sudden, if this thing is green, smells green, might be green, looking like a Dover race where we could have multiple strategies, guys trying to haul ass and guys, trying to make as much fuel as you can. Get a caution, and you've pitted already. You're losing laps.
Webb catches a little bit of apron there. It's going to give a window to Ken Hansen in the 9 car to slip by.
Yeah, that group all the way through from P18. There's a group there with Jason Dolfer and
Bill Yarborough in that group there in the 54. 043 at Brian Level.
Yeah, and Matt Stewart in the 90 car. The 95, Will Farmer. Our
series admin, Ryan Johnson, hanging in there.
These guys, they're all experienced. They've run this track. They know what the deal is,
Then it's a large gap back to the second group, as the tail end of this first group is the 58 of Johnny Doucette, who we recently signed on as our as a backup admin. So welcome to the admin team, Johnny. Running that there in the orange Crush car.
Then there's that guy, Pac-Man, Matt Watkins.
Yeah, he started
he's chilling around ninth. He always does what he wants to do, So if he's in ninth, he wants to be there. Well, not always, that's racing, but
I think he started
last
7th.
week he was a lap down and he got a podium. A multiple champion. What did he do? And Pops is hanging with him, man. Pops is fast. Looks like he's feeling pretty good. We've had other guys. Mark DeSenza had a heart attack and was out for a while there and worked his way back. Oh, Matt Watkins.
Looks like we've lost connection for the 40 of Jim Christopherson, currently listed down many laps, as well as Jeff Havoc.
Still getting used to seeing the 52 with that new paint. I got to get a closer look at that. We seen him for 10 years, probably in the PPG paint, blue and white. Then he went to the red box Ford, changed brands, and drove that for championship after championship. And now we got a new paint here, and Husqvarna there. Well, the drummer, body man, sim racing champion. I guess he's gonna go either cut some trees down or ride a motorcycle. Husqvarna makes a lot of stuff,
I know them more for the power tools.
I like power tools, man, dude. I'm a tile man. I just love buying tools. I got a new tool. Got a big old truck, and it's almost full. I'm running out of places to put stuff. Tap yourself into a Kit Kat bar. Respect just kind of rolling. These guys are rolling. It looks easy. Let's get some in-car here because it's not easy, folks. These corners are different, banked, and that right front tire from the minute you roll it out, get on that concrete, it's going, stop hurting me. Now we got to think about pit stops too. We got some action on the scanner, just guys letting people by. You could go like 40 laps, I think, here, you know. It's a mile track. Maybe more. That's what we're looking
Here we go.
for with this big old field, you know.
Here we'll look on board the 115 of Dave Ellens.
Oh, my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Well, we actually did some work here, and I got my sound set up so when I go in car, I can actually still hear you. So let's take a ride here.
Yeah, we're on board the
Going
115.
Three right now. I want to get right down. You see how the concrete is violently different there. You hit that, you're right up against the wall. Now here you want to roll. You don't want to use brakes here unless you have to. You want to roll early and save fuel.
Yeah, you only use brakes when passing here, in my experience. Just try and keep it stuck down on the bottom.
That was part of the problem why I couldn't figure this thing out, because I could drive it in like a madman and hold on, ride those brakes, and I'd get a couple fast laps. But the reality is the fuel usage, tire usage versus dudes that are rolling, it doesn't add up to the speed, because the speed is like the same. So your car up, you're going backwards. You guys are definitely pacing themselves, disciplined. Look at how Dave's going into that corner, staying down low, making sure lifting right here. Kind of feathering the gas a little, because these are, as the tires go off, this thing could get a little loose on you. Let's do a throttle. Kind of punch it or tap it, and then let it roll all the way through the center and pick it up, and then come right up to the wall. That's great stuff.
Clean start so far. We're 32 laps in. We could be seeing pit stops.
Stops are gonna be coming.
I think you can go into the 50s here, but if you can do a bunch of runs of 40, I'd say that might be the winning strategy.
The math, that's the standard plan. If this thing's gonna go green, gotta make at least 40. Danny Falcon, not an easy track, 100%, 110% the entire race. And that's what he's talking about, is focus. Every lap, got to be focused.
Yeah, you can't be getting 110% of what the car will give you, because you'll kill those tires.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be your focus. The guy that focuses better and executes every lap is going to win this race. Unless something happens.
Yeah, so I'd say we're going to look in the next 5 laps or so here.
So,
and look for some guys to roll the dice. Maybe the guys in that second pack who are starting to lose touch with the leaders.
I'll keep an eye on the scanner. Nothing yet. Ear. Eye. You know, we call it the scanner, but actually it's a chat window in sim NASCAR 2003, which is a badass sim. It's been around since 2003. Believe that?
There you got, on the inset window, you'll see I have the pit entrance cam, so we'll see anybody come in there.
Excellent. And you gotta woe down, dude. You gotta come in and then woe down and get to 35 miles an hour without hitting that pit wall. As the track is turning and you're coming off the banking, Dave Ellen's taking a look.
That's going around the 87 lap
Yeah, it's
car
gonna be
of
using
Tom
some of
Jackson.
these, paint jobs, and remember, of course, you know me, I'm pretty brain dead.
Let the record reflect
Tom
that Mitzi
Jackson's
said it, not me.
lap down there, but I could use Domino's Pizza right now. Yeah, and like Danny's talking about the tire wear. I mean, it up. You can't make it this long. And these guys are on the edge with tires right here. Looking at best lap versus last lap. Nothing on the chat window yet. Let's take a look at Slim Jim Gately's best lap as the leader. 23.3, 24.2 last lap. That's, dude, that's amazing. That tire management, and Mark DeSiza is right there on his 6. And they're going to have to pit together. We know Slim
Well, they're
Jim's a great
teammates.
pitter. Mark DeSiza, not so much. Marcus, one of the most talented drivers I've ever seen, and the fastest that anybody would say on the track. He's as good as anybody in the world in this sim. It stops, not so much. I could say the same thing for me, you know, except I'm not as good as him, you know, but
Well, so far, no takers I can see on the pit cam.
they're what a smooth race here. But now you're starting to see lap traffic. Already guys that are struggling with that. You just see these pros going at it, and so you're going to have lap traffic, then you're going to have pit stops, and then it just, this thing stays green. It gets, off the wall hard, the 740 car.
Yeah, Michael Moore there in the 740.
Michael Moore. That's a bitchin' paint job right there.
Yeah, done up by Chris Beckman for him in the off-season.
Welcome to FSB, and welcome to Dover. I mean, I don't know how many times I've been lapped around
Here we go, we got
Dover.
our first taker. It is Rick Johnson.
Here we go. 52.391. Here they come. Separates them in from the boys here. Slim Gately's still out, but they'll be probably pitting this next lap. Yes. Here he comes.
Here's Chris Beckman, 52's teammate. Yep, you see Slim slowing, getting down off the banking.
The 3-car stays out.
3-car stays out to lead a lap. Can't stay out too long, though, or he's going to lose a lot of ground.
Are they coming? Yeah, okay.
Everybody's okay as far as I can tell. No caution. Oh, caution is on the speedway.
Yeah, we had guys miss pit road there. I think it was Dave Ellens.
Yeah, that is the danger of pitting under green I was trying to get to before, and it seems to have struck some of our front runners here.
Let's
Slim
see how
Gately.
this pans out, though, because those other cars will have to pit. 4 tires for the champion. 2000. Oh, I don't know which season that, because we have several.
Season 38.
Season 38. All right. 38 season? Wow, we've been around a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we do the 3 seasons a year now.
And now we got to. Okay.
Yeah, we used to do 2 seasons.
While you figure this out, I'm going to get some more beer.
Well, I found it, and it is the 83 and the 40.
See this.
The 40 car Jim Christopherson, many laps down, so his tires are many laps fresher. Coming up on the 83, and see Webb pushes up in the middle of the corner, and
Oh,
40 gets the run on them. They just kind of get together. Steve probably just had to jump out of the throttle to save it when he
my
got
gosh!
loose.
Somebody came through there like a turd of hurdles and did a drive through the smoke, Cole. It's okay. Wow.
Meanwhile, at the time of
Caramba.
caution, let's see, at the time the caution came out, let's see who was on pit road and who was not yet there.
Okay, they're
Dave Ellens.
trying to get lined up here now. Slim Jim Gately is gonna have to.
And you see Slim trying to find his spot. The 115 of Dave Ellens was not on pit road.
They're trying to figure out the lucky dog, which we have here, which has to be done manually.
And the 23. And the 23 of Slim Jim Gately, he was also not on pit road before the caution came out. He's going to find himself with a entering closed pits penalty and probably having lost the lap.
Oh, my gosh. Ooh, I hate that rabbit. I'm sure he's going smagger, fragger, regger, frigger, regger. But I'll be back.
All right. Looks like Slim lucked out and is being currently shown as the last car on the lead lap. And that is about as good a outcome as one could hope for in that spot. Being caught on pit road as the caution flew on a track where you lose a lap pitting. Usually. So, pretty lucky. He still has to serve the end of longest line for entering the closed pits. That is the prescribed hard-coded penalty within the game for doing that. But, there are some times when just taking that penalty is also better than trying to avoid hitting pit road. So it's very early in the race still. We're not even close to halfway yet. And Slim can make that ground up. He's got his tires. Lights are out on the pace car. And he's still in the top 20. Your lucky dog, I'm not sure who it's going to be exactly, but the current first car lap down is the 043. Looks like the 63 of Jason Dulfer has been given the lucky dog, the free pass. So he will get himself back into the lead lap here. And with the lights out on the FSB pace car, Mark DeSenza, who stayed out that extra lap, he will get to restart this as the leader.
Well, here we go. Slim Jim.
And the pace car is rolling already.
Oh, boy.
41 of Chris Beckman has a problem.
What's going on here? We got cars around. Rick Castle.
124 is around on the backstretch. Tom Jackson on the backstretch.
Okay. Pace car is out.
And I think that
41
means...
is against the wall, too.
And these guys who took this restart tail end, the 52, the 91, the 043, and I think maybe the 15. No, 15 is behind the pace car. So some of these guys, they will get to go around and get their lap back.
Excellent.
15 is actually being shown as the leader. I stand corrected there.
Mama, there goes that man in the 15 again, Matt Watkins.
Meanwhile, let's find what happened on this restart. Oh, Oh, goodness. This is a tough break for the 52. Sorry, the 41, not the 52.
Yeah,
You'll see as they head into turn 1, 87 Tom Jackson tries to hold the bottom, and it just comes up the hill on him.
He caught. We saw that in car early when you hit that apron bad, really bad here.
Oh, and then Tom loses it off the corner, and that's how. And when he has to catch it, that's where Rick Castle gets into him.
Well, he's trying to grab his butt with 2 hands there after you're already upset because you know you wrecked somebody and you're trying to hold on to the car and then it's compounded there.
That's 2 in as many turns, I'm afraid.
Yeah, at FSP Racing there is a 2 incident rule. So and he's aware of that. And the second one was just like, just trying to grab a damaged car there, and that's racing. Sucks, but it can happen to you, and then it can happen to you again.
Restarts on cold tires are kind of tricky here on this concrete surface. All right, so I think most of these guys are going to stay out for track position. You see that they have, in fact, done that. And Tom Jackson has pitted the car for service. I'm going to reserve judgment there. 52, 41, 91, these guys all taking advantage of the fact that they've got a new life here as lead lap cars, all of them, basically getting a wave around there through that quick caution. 043 Brian Lovell too, can't count him out. Brian's here in his second season here at FSB. He's been showing a lot of improvement, a lot of running up front at these races, the super speedway races, truck races. Picked himself up a win.
Are pitting and get nervous.
Lights are off on the pace car. Chris Beckman, unfortunately, did not get...
Oh, my gosh. Chris Christopherson there.
Jim.
I'm joking there. Jim came up on the 740 car, Michael Moore, and boy, that was close.
Well, Chris Beckman in the 41 did not. He was the unfortunate victim there, and that trapped him a lap down, as he did not take the caution as the first car lap down, and thus was not the lucky dog, and didn't get to follow his teammates around.
The guys that used to be leaders, they're back around 19th now. What the heck just happened?
Caution flag during pit stops. It's always crazy. But we're back to green, and we're gonna re-rack them and try again. See, Tom Jackson once again takes the start on the inside.
Cautions can breed cautions.
Yeah, we had a super clean start to this race, but you are right, Milty. Cautions can breed cautions, and one of the downsides to the short pit strategy, particularly at a track where it's tough to pit and you could possibly lose a lap, is what we saw. You hit the pit road, and caution comes out, and the next batch of cars tries to pit, and when you're stuck. Now you see how Slim's back in the field. You see how Chris Beckman's trapped a lap down.
Chris Beckman, with getting in that wreck, still seems strong and really wants to get
Tom Jackson's around again. Off 4. We got the 87 around off turn 4.
Caution is out.
Yeah, it's the 87 with Tom Jackson again.
Most time for a little Domino's pizza and a highball, I think.
A
That's
15 of,
definitely 2 on the 7 there.
I'm sorry, the 41 of Chris Beckman. Looks like he got
Oh,
himself
Michael
back
Moore's
on the
on
lead lap.
fire. Come on, son. Get out of that thing. He's on fire going back to the pits. Am I on fire? Build a tank.
Oh, wow, we actually had 2 separate incidents here.
You'd have to see Ford versus Ferrari to understand that one. Build a tank.
This was actually 2 incidents. The 87 of Tom Jackson went around in a separate incident to this one here, going into turn 1 and 2. 76 of Chris Landry is down. Oh, may have gotten a little help from behind from Brian Lovell. Now the 52.
Brian Lovell, too, there.
And the 52. 52 Rick Johnson. And then as they drove away,
we have a problem.
as Michael Moore drove away, that's when his car blew up. After being caught up in that.
Oh, my God. And Rick Johnson, the homeboy, got hammered on the door side of the 52.
Yeah, that was a hard shot to the right side, and that's not the type of aero damage you want here.
He's like, I got to get out of this thing. Rick Johnson is done.
Rick Johnson has retired it on the spot. Oh, goodness. Huge implications. That leaves this wide open.
Well, you know,
for
it sure
our
looks
alternates
like
to
him
win
and
it.
the 15 are trying to go at each other's throat here for the championship, and that's going to be a huge lick for that. But lest they forget about that 23 car, which he is not, he ain't done yet. Car clean. This is going to resort everything again. If you weren't confused already, we're going to have to
turn my replay
see
label
how
off.
timing and scoring figures this out. And Michael Moore, come on, man. Dude, get out of that car, man. You're still smoking. Wait, no, my screen's frozen. I'm sorry. Oh, they got it fixed. They put the fire out, and Michael Moore's back out there. You know, my dad did that a few times. I never knew how anybody could do that, but I guess race car drivers. Watching him was very stressful, and
basically race car drivers
get out of the car, they're okay.
race car drivers, test pilots, fighter pilots, they all have to have the same mentality.
Absolutely.
It's not going to happen to me.
Well, it's exactly. There's Brian Lovell. He is definitely related to Jim Lovell, Apollo 13 and Apollo 8 commander. Their family knows a little bit about stressful situations.
Oh, what? Strapping yourself to a giant tank of explosive
Saturn
fuel,
V rocket.
hurtling yourself into space. What could be stressful about that?
But that's why we like sim racing, because it doesn't hurt.
Absolutely. I have taken some monstrous hits before in the sim that I was just like, I am so glad that wasn't real.
Hey, the lights are off.
Yeah, lights are off. Matt Watkins, your leader.
So we're at 60 now.
Second place, Mark DeRocket.
That changes the pit window. But, get that Tom Jackson parked on the track there. Not sure what's going on with the 87.
I think he may have realized that he's got at least 2. Well, Michael Moore's car is barely rolling down there on the bottom.
How about that guy in the 54? He's pretty good, by the way. Bill Yarbrough. We haven't mentioned him tonight. Caught up in
we're 3 wide into 3.
And, out of the in-care center and back again, and he's in the top 5 now. We know what he can do, and he's in position. And very similar driver like him is the guy right behind him in the 9 car, the beer can. The 87 is still on the apron right there.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Ben Hansen is definitely in the zone he wants to be in. This is this type of race, and same with Bill. That's a good pairing for those two. Last week's winner, the 29 of Jeff Hale, he back. That's for sure. Back. Speaking of back, he had back surgery a while back, and I was getting in the swing of things here, and we know what the 29 Tide car can do.
You Slim Jim,
Young fella
Ken
there,
Shea.
Will Farmer, they're consistently he's just starting to reach his potential.
Gotta consider that a home track.
Yeah, well, he started when he's like 15, so he's like 18 now. He's a veteran already. That Rusty's car.
Yeah, and Will Farmer, the Farmers,
Yeah.
you got to consider them at their home track here, being in kind of the south central Jersey, Old Bridge natives there, and this is the closest drive from there.
Yeah, Ken Soska is from that area too, watching the race here.
Sauska, I thought he was from Florida.
Well, he's from Florida now, but he's diehard.
He's from Philly.
New Jersey. No.
He's from Philly? Who was from Philly? Someone here was from Philly.
Oh, these guys are from all over the place.
They are, yeah. I mean, hell, I'm from New Jersey, and I'm back in New Jersey, but I spent 6 years in Houston, too, so...
I'd be concerned if I was Will Farmer, though. I'm losing that pack. Does he have damage or something? That car is
Or is he
not
just conserving?
up to speed. You need to be with the cool kids here now.
Well, this is gonna...
Yeah.
If they're gonna... They can probably do this on one stop. That means 50 laps per run instead of the 40 we're seeing before.
Exactly. So that means you can up the pace. So
No, you
let's
can drop
take
the
an
pace.
example of that, and that's Jeff Hale running almost as fast as last lap. Best lap,
I think
23.4. Last lap, 23.5.
No, Milty, you want to go further this time, so you need to actually back it off.
Well, those are your two strategies. You want to assume there's going to be a caution and stay up here in front, or do you want to back off and expect that it's going to be green?
And Dover has a
There's
history
still
of long
enough
green.
laps here where you could do both strategies.
True, we catch a caution soon, and it becomes an 80 lap race. Well, Matt Watkins
I'm in
and
that
Mark
top
DeRocket
9.
DeSenza are checking out.
I'm driving
on the-
a living dog stuff out of it. I'm staying up with those guys. I don't care what it takes. They push, I'm pushing. Staying with those guys.
Slim Jim, looking for where he's scored. I think he's about 14th now, working his way back up through the field, bringing Ken Shea along with him. Chris Beckman trying to follow them, but he's just having a little harder time of it with that damage from the wreck.
That damage, even if they fix it, that car's not the same.
Yeah, and it gets really bad the longer the run goes on. Because, a tight car, it's a little easier to handle the first couple laps. But then it starts wearing the tires that much more, getting them that much hotter, getting them that much slipperier. It's not fun driving a damaged car at this place. And you see there Slim Jim making clean work there of his teammate, 59, our series admin, Ryan Johnson. Ken Shea looking to follow him through and backs off for turn 3. And now Slim immediately goes to work on Steve Weber in the 83.
The hardest thing to do at this track, in my experience, when you're in the lead, is lead. Because it's so easy to push too hard, push too soft. What are you going to do? Matt Watkins is running a robot-like lap time deal here. 15 is spacing himself just enough. Because the guys on a track like this, the guys behind you always have an advantage because they can set their pace on you. But looking at the lap times, these guys are pushing hard. I think in that top pack, you have to push pretty hard and stay in position. Really hard to pass at this speed. These guys need a guy to make a mistake. And that's not likely. You guys are pros. Need strategy coming up. If it stays green, if it doesn't stay green, do I cut this thing off? Like you said, though, because I'm not thinking about the numbers. The way you figured it, which you've won a few races.
Yeah, including at this track.
The numbers are you want to go as long as you can. But with these guys, and we've seen the last run, the lap times they were running were definitely only a second off after 40 laps. So the tire wear in these cars are definitely not as much as what I was used to back in the day with the Pro Cup cars.
Yeah, with the truck physics, the trucks are a little lighter, a little longer wheelbase, and a lot less power. And more draft dependent than the Cup cars would be.
Let's get some in-car here. What are we going to ride
Let's
with?
see what we want to ride with. Let's go on board Slim here. As he tries to work on Matt Stewart.
Just looking at that view, you got three things. You got the track, you got the guy in front of you, and you got the guy behind you. You have to use peripheral vision to see all these things at the same time.
And you hear him feathering the throttle there, trying to keep it on the bottom. Get around the 90 there, Matt Stewart makes quick work, and now sets the sights on the 95, Will Farmer. But we got smoke off 4.
Races here tonight watching, and fans that watch real racing and my sim racing buddies, they know about how hard it is to pass. And you're watching these pros do it well.
The smoke off turn 4 was the 31 of Brad Otto pitting.
And Shane right behind him also. They want to get back in this mix. They need a caution. Or some alternate pitch strategy and tire wear, but right now when you're looking at the pace, they realize they have to push. Because these other guys are pushing. They're putting the pressure. You can see them in the front window of Slim Jim Gately.
They were looking at the back now of Slim Jim.
Give me
as
a
he pulls
chance.
away.
And I'll deal with you guys, you know. Just can't lift and go. You can't lift and go. You gotta lift and kind of feather the gas and get that balance of setting the car up to the corner and on the exit. The feel thing. fun because I'm sure my coworker was watching either earlier or still watching George. I let him drive my sim racing rig, and the subtleties of how much the technology has come and how good these wheels and rigs are, and I mean, he was blown away. But at the same time, took him a few laps just to run around Daytona, which you're flat out. That's how hard it is. You don't just jump
Absolutely.
in this thing and think. It's a war. These guys are pros. They've worked at it. It's second nature. I'm still watching Slim Jim's in car and how he feathers the throttle, amazing. But get back to what we're showing here, and Matt Watkins was back in line for a while there. Perfect timing for this. And he got in the lead, and now it's bad news for the Bears. We seen them come a lap down last week.
Lap down at a super speedway and come back to get the podium. That's a pretty darn good run there. And right now he's in a much more comfortable position.
Speaking of George, there he is. Hi, buddy.
It looks easy.
George knows how to drive. He drives me at work every day. I trust him to not kill me, when we go to work, and vice versa. But don't worry, George. I'm a professional sim racer. Got this handled.
Jeff Hale's starting to lose touch with this lead pack and fall back into the clutches of his teammate, Slim Jim Gately and Ken Shea.
Well, now what do you do? Of course, as usual, I wasn't paying attention to the numbers. I was driving it would be, but
I think it'll be about 17 laps. 17 laps, I think, is the window that we're going to be looking at. That'll give you 50 to go, and it's a perfect split of the 100 to go that we had on the restart. So with that in mind, I'm going to step aside for just a minute and be right back. Hand it over to Milty.
Matt Watkins in the lead all night. That guy in the 3-car. Like, a Band-Aid on an owie. He's been all over him. He's looking for a mistake. Good luck with that, with the 15. Just so impressed with the 19 car of Matt Ace. Broker Ace there. That's a Burt Reynolds movie. Matt Ace, obviously this isn't his first rodeo. Second race on Friday on TV, and he's just been solid right there. And Dave Owens, that Chevrolet, has definitely been right there. What a bitch and pay job that is. Bill Yarbrough, the veteran, and then the other veteran. This is a pack of studs in this. What's going to happen here? How this is going to sort out? Oh my gosh, obviously, I'd like to know a little bio of Matt Ace, because, like I said, it's not his first rodeo, so he's obviously hugely experienced to race against these guys. Man, this is premier pro sim racing right here in NASCAR 2003. Looking at the scanner. Nothing yet. I talked to Bill Yarbrough after last week. He was like, so glad to just get his rig back running and be able to race. Computer issues and working his butt off in real life and wanted to get back to get a shot here. And he's taking a look at the 115 of Dave Ellens, and he's on the inside there. I think he's going to make that pass. And Bill looks tight and ready here. He looks like he's got the new computer going and his wheel dialed in, and like Paul Bear Bryant said, that's a stud right there.
The 19 of Matt Ace has closed in on his lead too. He saved a little something there.
He's been right there the whole time, and he's like, FSB vets. I want to introduce myself. My name's Matt Ace.
115 Dave Ellens hitting pit road. He's your first taker here with 58 laps to go.
Yeah, so we're off. Steve Weber down on Matt Watkins, your leader, pitting. They're all going to start coming here.
So they're coming with 58 to go. That's sooner than I was expecting to see.
Whoa! There's Matt Watkins sideways.
He's on pit road clean though.
And sliding through in. Bill Yarbrough behind him. These two vets just crushing this if he didn't get a penalty. Matt Watkins, how many times have we talked about what he do? He has no fear. He doesn't race conservatively. He races, except for, when it's... But when it comes to attacking pit stops, that's the worst fear I have. These 24-hour races we run, you don't have to worry about pit stops. Things are so crazy. But in a race like this, you're going to nail this stuff. Matt Watkins.
I think here comes Slim Jim.
Out of the pit sideways.
Slim Jim Ken Shea, the 3-car of Mark DeRocket DeSenza. So your leader's pitting.
Wow. Get a look at that stuff, folks.
Just 29 car. Jeff Hale finishing his service, heading out. Ken Hansen down and away. And see this narrow apron, that's our pit road exit. And there's that wall that juts out right there. It's kind of scary coming out of the pits there, trying to keep it below the blend line and not kill yourself on that wall. So there's walls that are ready to bite you on either end of this pit road.
Matt Ace down pit road. Dude, what can you tell me about Matt Ace? About in the forum? He's an obviously experienced driver.
Recent applicant. You can see he's got some experience. And I've had pleasant experiences racing with him, talking with him. Seems like a nice guy. And we're glad to have him here. We just gotta get some paint.
And he's got some
paint that we
skills,
can identify. Absolutely.
Forget about that paint. I don't care if that thing's in primer. If I can win this race, heck with that.
He's down and away.
Oh, boy, they're going by him right there. He's right in the mix.
He came out of pit road, and he stayed out a little bit longer, and you see the time he's going to lose. As he noted, they lost
he's on the apron there.
about a second of time.
Oh, he's going back in the pit road. There must have been a penalty there. Oh, a little bit of contact with the 76 car. Right through. Oh, my gosh.
Trying to find him.
He's going down pit road, and he's doing a drive-through through pit road.
Oh, Pops is around on the front stretch.
Going to lose at least a lap there, maybe two, and the cars are slowing down. Oh, my gosh. Am I that powerful to jinx somebody? I just want to talk about bro, Tim Ray on there yet? 52? No, yeah, he gone.
Yeah, 52 got caught up in a wreck and then retired.
He's playing his drums, or standing on some cars here because, man, he got hammered.
Oh, I found the source of our caution here. This is always the danger of green flag pit stops here at Dover. And we had a bunch of cars coming in.
I think.
Bunch of cars coming in here. You see the 58 and the 043 up ahead
You
here
ever
of
watch a
Pops.
NASCAR race? There's more cautions than this, you know.
And it looks like,
Pops
yeah.
nailed the back at Five Fingers Johnny Doucette there. I think he lost a finger there. I think he's going to be 4 fingers now. Yeah, just you know, these guys can't talk to each other unless they're teammates. So they're trying to figure out who's pitting, who's not. It's crazy.
Yeah, we throw up auto chats,
that's
but in the
typical
midst,
green flag stuff, you know.
we can hit a number that throws up a message, you know, number 62 pitting this lap.
Yeah, but there's 30 guys doing it
Exactly.
at the same time.
A lot of guys, and there can be a lag if as many messages come up. Sometimes there can be a lag. Sometimes you just miss someone's auto
you're
chat.
looking at car language because, you know, when you're out there, you're looking at what cars are doing. Generally, they try to show you they're going to pit, but you're doing that at 160 miles an hour around that corner, so means nothing to Matt Watkins because he's down pit road.
Well, now we have once again had a caution flag in the middle of green flag pit cycles,
Yeah,
and
so
that
changes everything.
screws everything up. Matt Watkins down a lap, Chris Landry down a lap. Oh God, lots of big, heavy hitters down a lap here.
Now these guys are on team channels, but also they have to do their own decisions and what they want to do as far as 2 tires, 4 tires. Matt Watkins, 2 tires, inside tires. Bill Yarborough, same thing. Matt Watkins and Bill Yarborough rolled the dice. And I'll be right back. This is getting good. We catch this stuff here, folks.
Matt Watkins appears to have taken an end of longest line penalty too. Man, I'm still trying to sort this out. Chris Beckman has cycled into the race lead with Rick Castle second. Jason Dolfer in the 63 is in third. And the 58 of Johnny Doucette, by virtue of being hit from behind there, ends up in the 4th spot. It says luck would have it. 043 of Brian Lovell is your 5th place car. 53 of T.G. Reese, 6th. And first car currently shown tail end is the number 3 there of Mark DeSenza, who you see will lead the field to the green from the tail end of the lead lap. Got Chris Landry stopped on pit road, but not receiving service. Don't know what that's all about. Tom Jackson still out there on the bottom, the inside lane there. Bill Farmer, I haven't talked about much tonight there. Our series sponsor in the Valvoline colors. Starts at 2nd on the inside lane, laps down. So yeah, those first 4 cars in the high line you see, those are all tail end. Cars that had pitted and chose to stay out on this caution flag. So they go to the tail end of the lead lap, and Tom Jackson once again trying to hang on the apron, scaring some guys, hangs on to it.
Oh, we got
Danny
Danny
Hansen's foot in the
Falcon in
middle.
the house here. What's up, Danny?
Hello, sir. How are you guys? Just listening in.
How
Danny
are
Falcon,
you?
good to see you.
Well,
Good,
you've been-
good. Clean, very clean race. I've been looking at the entire race, and it's incredible that there's just been a couple of yellows. That tells you the talent that you guys have here in FSB.
Yeah, absolutely.
FSB has always been about talent and clean racing, so good job.
Thanks, buddy.
Excellent, thank you. And yeah, well, so some of these guys are going to want a caution though, because they got themselves in the here at the tail end of the lead lap, but I think we can go to the finish here. In fact, I know we can. So they're just trying to
So
keep
the
Chris Beckman
damaged
behind
car
them.
of Chris Beckman stayed out and is in the lead. How did this happen?
That's basically, yeah. He stayed out,
But he's got this guy behind him, Billy Harbaugh, trying to get his lap back now. That's Dover, man. I mean, that's crazy Dover. But
and
these
so your
guys
leader's
that
there
are,
on the right.
at that point, have to expect another caution. They're expecting it. And Yarbrough makes the pass. This is, Dover is always crazy, but this may be the craziest Dover I've ever seen. Because everybody's just running so good. So, I mean, you're not expecting to see this many cars running this fast and in multiple lap down situations.
May have been a little bit of wall catch there for the number 91, but he seems to be okay.
Now you're looking at this top 5. Top 6, Brian Lovell, P6.
And somehow Matt
pretty
Watkins.
hard. He's looking at Johnny Doucette, 5 fingers, or 4 fingers now. And, he got hit pretty hard too, but he still got a shot here if things will change. Matt Watkins, man, dude, I was in P1. What the hell happened? He's in P4 now.
Yeah, but he also took this restart at the end of the longest line after receiving a penalty. So he apparently spit on his yellow flag pit stop.
Oh, he nails the epic green flag stop, and then, well, that's racing, man. I mean, you can't ever let your guard down, and done like Matt got nailed there. And this group is all split up. Jason Dolfer, Gamma J, dude's in P3 here. That's my pick right there, bro.
Looking good. Rick Castle, also a damaged car, in P3.
Earned my respect by watching how he's qualified and raced, and over the last year and a half, season and a half, 2 seasons, and he's really getting settled in this league, understanding the other drivers, and obviously great skills. But I mean, another car that went around got damaged. The 124, Rick Castle.
The 29 and the 115.
Saying, right? Milt. I just kept my head about me, and next thing I knew, I was in P2.
Yep. 29, 115, they are a lap down there trying to work on Jason Dolfer in the 63. A couple of fast cars that are just stuck a lap down like so many others right now.
Ken Hansen, I was in the top 5. What the heck happened? I'm in 14th. You'd be kidding me. These guys are racing each other, trying to figure out where they're all at. And then we got the Kit Kat bar sitting there in P1. He didn't have a real hard lick, and the car looks really good. And his lap time's 23.7 last time, 4/10 off his best lap early in the race, 23.3. with this traffic and everything, he's just like, I just want this thing to go without nothing happening. My teammate there, Cody, your question here: how does the damage model work in this series?
Well, I mean, it's a
Maybe you
2003.
can explain that better, Shawn.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2003 game at its core, so it's the stock damage model. It's not based on series. It's just how the game sees it, and for the most part, damage usually is mostly aerodynamic. You can't damage. You can't. Yeah, it is set unrealistic. What they call realistic with 2003.
Yeah, so
but you can still take some pretty hard
setups.
hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even on realistic damage, air quotes there, you can have some licks that would have definitely destroyed a real car and keep going. That shot Chris took, it wouldn't knock a real car out. Yeah. Yeah,
so.
Yeah. I mean, the shot Chris took, it wouldn't. Even a modern, damage clock NASCAR car would still be on the track after that. But his aerodynamics would not be the way they wind tunnel tested it. Let's put it that way. Sometimes in real life that helps you. Most of the time in this game, that hurts you, and you'll not have the same downforce characteristics as before, which will in turn make the car either tighter or looser. And with a fixed setup, there's nothing you can do to counter that. And your tires, your tires will wear differently than they did before.
Right.
That's basically what it comes down to. It depends. Most of the time on an aerodynamic, on a handling track, right side damage, it's basically gonna manifest in a tighter car in the long run and more tire wear. On a loose track, damage to the rear end will make the car want to spin.
Well, Cody experienced that. He actually won a race for our team here, 6 hours of Road Atlanta, with his teammate Matt Maseko, and so the damage model is very simple. It's similar because it's basically the same engine.
Can you take suspension damage in iRacing?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, we don't really have that here. If you wreck hard enough to break the suspension, the engine's got to shut off anyway.
Yeah, when your steering wheel's not pointed the right way, you're in a world of hurt.
Yeah, we don't have that here. You can't knock the toe out or anything on these
but
cars.
I'm telling you, that race with Cody and Matt, watching them, me and Jim Ray and all our team, just like, I thought I was going to come out of my skin. And no, don't do that. Oh, good job.
Now we're getting down to it here, though.
Yeah.
The laps. You see the 124 has caught the 41. Again, both these cars damaged. And Jason Dulfer hanging out there real close, too. I think Jason might have the only undamaged car in the top 3 currently.
Absolutely, yeah.
But then look at the tail of this pack here, and you see Matt Watkins chomping at the bit.
And, looking at these studs, what could have been Ken Shea, Mark DeSenza, Jim Gately, all just tied in together, executing perfectly, yet, they're fighting for a top 10. We're leading this thing. We're going away with this thing.
A caution in the next couple laps could easily change the story here.
That's
got a lot
definitely
of
what they need, yeah.
a lot of studs tail end, and 20 laps is enough to come back through 10 or so cars. Matt Watkins is trying to get through this lap traffic. He's only a second and a third back from the lead right now. Well, he wants by Dave Ellens, so you see is on the right side here as we look at Pac-Man on his hood. Matt Watkins undamaged, just caught out by circumstance.
Looking at the scanner. Nothing yet. Looks like 95 in it. Well, farther.
Did he?
He signaled that.
Might have been a mistake. There's something about this track, having been
About
here
the 41
in person.
here. I mean, so you saying he can make it? Or?
I think he can. Yeah, I think everybody should be able to make it from here, from the last restart. I say something about this track.
He's definitely backed it off. He's running 24-2 last lap. Definitely a second off his fast time.
Something about this track you can notice when I've got both cameras up is how loud it gets, how much more ambient engine noise you get than like Daytona last week. That's because this is a concrete canyon. I've been here when there was one car on the track testing, and it sounds like Armageddon. So this track has done a significant amount of the hearing damage to guys like Richard Petty and Dave Despain.
Absolutely. What's gonna happen here? 15 to go.
15 to go. Matt Watkins has moved himself into third, getting around Jason Dolfer. Make that second as he also takes care of Rick Castle.
Are these guys good or what? They're pretty
And now
good.
he's carving his way around the lap car of Jeff Hale. Yeah, Jeff doesn't really have anything left in that. I think he used up the tires trying to get to the tail end of the lead lap. And now he just has to hope to hold on to the lucky dog. And oh, we got Ken Hansen warping badly in front of our leader. That had to be a pucker moment for Mr. Chris Beckman.
Sticker pecker moment there. P2, Matt Watkins. He's coming. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. You know, P3 is Rick Castle. I mean, how about that? Can he make it on fuel?
Oh,
Matt
caution!
Watkins
Caution!
we got the caution out that chases everything.
Oh, that's a
Slow it down.
shootout.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm so confused.
Everybody's got to pit. There's no question. No matter what position you're in, you
Gotta
pit.
pit, yeah. You know, when
if
I'm out
you-
driving, sometimes I just don't get that focus spin. So
If you were tail end, you're gonna go around. You're gonna pit. If you were the leader, you're gonna pit. Even if your lap's down, you can't stay out and get tail end because another caution's not necessary. It can lead to a restart.
even yellow flag stops at this track, you can mess it up. Dave Ellens, who's going to stay out? The 41's staying out. That
No
leader is
way.
staying out. He's going to
Oh,
save fuel
sitting
under
duck.
caution here.
It's not about the fuel; it's the tires. I'm concerned with. I don't think that was the
all
move.
laps on these, angry rubbers.
Oh, I cannot believe he stayed out. Oh my goodness.
Long way to go. Doesn't
Yeah.
want to lose that track position.
They're gonna eat him alive, though.
So guys, I've been on this track for years with Milt and Jimmy, and I believe that was a bad move. It's all about the tires, and I think
Yes,
he's
sir.
going to be eaten alive. And yeah, that surprised me, guys. Really,
He
just
still
looking at the thing.
Yeah.
would have had first place. I mean, yeah, that.
And yeah, because there's no way anybody was taking two there. So anyway, here's the source of our caution. We got the 90 of Matt Stewart in front of Johnny Doucette and the 043 of Brian Lovell. Matt Stewart climbs the hill, catches the wall, and then the right rear corner of Mr. Lovell sends him into the spin cycle.
Brian Lovell's been into space twice tonight.
You know what? Amazing though. I don't think he hit anything.
No, he didn't.
Let's wind that back. I don't think he actually hit anything. Look at how lucky that is.
Well, you
All right,
know,
he may have nosed the
Danny,
outside wall.
What do they say
Yeah, he
about
did.
this track? It's self-cleaning, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he got hit right at the perfect spot, or about the only place you could get wrecked at this track. He did get nose damage, though.
He did nose the wall. I
And
see that
that's
on the second
concrete,
replay.
folks. That car can't be as good as it was. Are these guys having
so
fun
now-
or what?
Oh.
Now. Oh my gosh.
Slim Jim also seems to have stayed out, as he's now in P2.
Well, was his tire situation better than the 41?
No, nobody's tire situation was good in any stretch of the imagination.
You know, if I want to buy a shirt, I might call Slim Jim Gately, ask him if it's a good shirt. So he makes a decision like that. He don't make very many wrong ones, but we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, lights are out
Now,
on the
listen,
FSB
if
pace
this
car.
thing starts to have, it's 150 and 160, so you're rolling the dice. One more caution, and then they're looking really smart, folks.
I think that's what they're looking for. I think they're looking for quickie cautions and preserving track position.
We're going to go
We're gonna
back with about 8 laps to go. Maybe we're, 8.
And 12, 8 to go this
maybe
time
we're
by.
completely out of our minds here.
12 cars on the lead lap. Single file because we're inside 10 to go. 10 lap
They
rule.
call it
All the
strategy.
lappers go to the back. Matt Watkins. Matt Watkins is going to drive by these guys on the outside of turn 1 and 2. I guarantee it.
Because he got, that's the thing.
He's got 4 freshies.
You know, the first thing you do is, where is the 15 at?
23
That's
either
rule
stayed out or
number
got
one
right
in
sides.
this league.
I don't know if the 23 has right sides or if he stayed out, but either way, he's not going to be in as good a shape as Matt Watkins.
Well.
It's like,
he's at P3 with good tires.
here he comes.
The teeth are
To the outside.
He's grinding, dude.
Yes. Oh, he's a rocket
It's
ship off
over.
turn 2.
This guy is going to smoke these guys like a, he's gonna smoke them.
Okay,
Jim
he
goes
took.
way high.
Oh, we got the 3 and the 53 and the 91 all wrecking on the front stretch.
And Matt Watkins.
And we're going to re-rack it for one more. Jason Dulfer into P2.
Rack him. Oh, yeah. Come on, Jason. What's Dulfer's story here? Tires. Did he pit
pitted
too?
He pitted, so he's got 4 freshies.
Yeah. Damon J is in the house here, and still smoke on the speedway there.
Oh, poor Brian Lovell is the punching bag tonight, as you'll see in a second. I see Slim Jim was just going straight backwards with those old tires.
Game, we have a problem.
Yeah, and so here comes his teammate and the 53. They get into him.
Oh my god.
3 wide off the corner.
The Cinza up there all night, disciplined, smart. But when the hammer, sometimes you're the hammer and sometimes you're the nail, and he got nailed there. That guy, Danny, I mean, you race against Matt Watkins. Happy Christmas, man.
Yeah, he's
How does this guy just do
he's
it?
tough. He's tough to race. Again, I did race against him, and He's an excellent driver, and not just that, but making the right decisions. He saw everybody stay out. He went in. That's a great strategy. So that's how he's going to win this race.
Yeah, basically,
Well, you hear
Matt
it,
Watkins
Danny Falcon's got
is a computer.
No, I don't know, Jason Dolfer up there.
Matt's
Look
an
at the
IT professional.
racing here with these guys, though, and managing their situations. Look at the 124 Rick Castle here with a chance at the podium. No matter what happens, you can take it to the bank that this dude is calm and races, doesn't get excited. He knows the speed level. He's not going to be as fast as the fastest guys. Ryan Johnson-esque, like Ryan Johnson does. But he finds a way. Let's see if he can finish the deal here. You can say the same for Chris Beckman in the 41. And Johnny Doucette, 5 fingers. He found that finger that he lost, and he's back to 5 fingers here. Slim Jim wants to, snap himself into somebody here right now.
Yeah, well, not with those tires, he's not.
But he's going to go backwards like a turn of hurdles.
We're going to get a shootout restart here, I believe.
Yarborough, I think Bill, he critiques himself really hard. He's a perfectionist, like these guys are. We all are.
Oh yeah,
we're on the track. We expect great things from ourselves. I think the 54, no matter what happens, really, second race back. He's back on form. What he can do. And I'm sure he'll agree with me on that one.
When I talk about second guessing, I still think about stupid things I did in races 20 years ago to lose them. Like, gosh dang it. Why did I do that?
Yep, Shawn, we all do that. Hey guys, I'm going to log off, but just wanted to, congratulate you on a great
You're
broadcast.
gonna go practice some Daytona right now, huh, Jay?
Probably, but
this
yeah,
guy is a relentless beast. I'm telling you.
Again, great broadcast. I wanted to stay in here and listen to you
Thanks
guys.
for showing up, brother.
Eventually, I'm going to have to retire, and I'm looking into broadcasting. So I'm listening to the best, and learning from you guys.
Buddy.
So maybe one of these days I'll join you guys. But again, congratulations
Awesome.
on great broadcast and great race. Okay.
Well, thanks, Danny. And hey, the number 20 is still available anytime you want to pop back out here.
I've been thinking about it. I'm still not retired.
He's a great
all right.
guy, I'm telling you.
Well, thanks again for checking in, Danny.
Badass.
Take it
Lights
easy,
are
guys.
off.
Hey,
Lights are off on the FSB pace car.
We got a race
this is
here.
it.
We got a broadcast.
This is it. This is the green-white checkers. Matt Watkins in the catbird seat. He just has to get through the gears one more time, and I don't think there's much Jason Dolfer can do with him.
Bill Dolfer in the 63 Gamma J from last year, first season, and getting into the group and earning respect. And this year, he's been qualifying up front constantly and getting in the groove of everything about FSP. And we got one to go.
White flag out, and the race here is for second place. And you see on the right there, Slim Jim Gately is just going backwards. He is dropping like a stone through this field. And we're wrecking on the backstretch, but it's 53 TG Reese around in the back.
Right time. And that's Matt Watkins. Mama, there goes that man. ate this field up tonight.
Matt Watkins, your winner there in the number 15.
Well, there's only so much you could say the luck has to do with it. And then there's that guy. And like Danny said, he gets the 4 tires at the right time, which he always does. Positions himself for the win. And it was
second place, Jason Dolfer. 124 of Rick Castle, third. The 58 of Johnny Doucette bounces back.
Is this the first time we're going to get Jason up in the booth?
It might be. I'm not sure. I think possibly for Rick Castle, too.
For the 63 car.
58 is fourth.
Down.
Number 9 of Ken Hansen rounds out your top 5. And the 54 of Billy Arbor, 6th. 043 of Brian Lovell, despite being punted so many times. Despite being knocked around, Brian Lovell hangs on for a top 10 there. 7th place in the 043. And the 8th spot goes to the number 3 of Mark DeCenzo. The 41 of Chris Beckman hangs on with those old tires for 9th place finish. And the 91 of Ken Shea rounding out your top 10. Slim Jim Gately falling all the way to 11th on those old tires. 53 of T.G. Reese and the 115 of Dave Ellens involved, I think, in that last lap wreck. They round out your lead lap cars in 12th and 13th. So while Milty actually stepped aside. He's not gathering up our podium finishers just yet. We'll see our points as they stood last week. I got out of a little bit ahead of Ryan this time, but yeah, that's not really fair. Just gonna save the replay. And so yeah, Jeff Hale came in as your leader, naturally being the winner last week. Let's see if yeah, Ryan hasn't updated yet. So a big night for Matt Watkins. That should catapult him into the points lead. Rough night for Rick Johnson there, coming into a track he's heavily favored at. He's got to feel good coming to Dover.
Here we are. After that wreck. The CB going through the door and everything there. Yeah. Big.
You can see Milty's camo pants.
I dropped my headphones there.
Milty's rocking the camo. I got plaid. All right, so we'll see if Milty can gather up our podium here.
Yep.
I'll refresh again, see if points updated. Stream Deck's not taking me seriously here. There we go. Yeah, it's still there. So yeah, big night for Matt Watkins, looking for another title here. I mean, it's still a very young season, only 2 races in here. But nights like that are what championships are made of, bouncing back, hanging in there, pit strategy at the end. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. Synergy 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, nice teammates there, rounding out the top 5. Good run for Synergy Motorsports. As Matt Stewart points out in the chat. Matt had a great run there in the 90. What's that? Not yet. All right, so we got our 3rd place finisher here and our 2nd place. I got Rick Castle. Great run, man. Looks like you got caught up in a wreck at one point. We weren't sure if you could hang on with the damage and somehow bounced back for a podium finish.
Actually, amazingly enough, I thought it was going to be bad, but I got no damage from that.
Wow.
Just tore up the tires somehow. Somehow I managed to save it enough to not get any damage. But yeah, I just took care of the tires all night and went back to the Crown Royal car tonight with a little change of luck and seemed to pay off.
Well,
that was very lucky.
Some melee there. How was your car?
Oh, it was good. It was good. Shawn was just mentioning it, but I didn't get any damage in that little melee there under caution. when I the car came down on me a little.
Well, that was a typical Rick Castle race there, just running kind of where I would hope to be running against these great drivers, and just great strategy and patience, and there you are on the podium. Campaign, baby.
Yeah, and a little bit of good luck with the way
A little bit
the
of
pit
luck with the pit
stops fell
strategy,
as well.
Well, great run there, Rick. Good to see you. I think this might be your first podium on a Friday, right?
No, first this year.
First this year. Okay, fine.
Yeah, he's got a couple. I think. Yeah.
Great run. And Jason Dulfer, you were looking strong all night, and again, circumstances just played into your favor there. But still, that wasn't just backing into it. It was a strong run for the 63. Tell us about your night, bud.
I just kept the nose clean. At one point, I was lapped down. I was able to get the lucky dog and maintain. And on that long green flag run, I was able to stay out, and the caution came out at the perfect time for me. So I got really lucky to get that track position and get most of the field stuck a lap down behind me. And that was awesome. And be able to beat Rick off of pit road. That was key to move me into
whoever came out
to
pit road first was going to hold that spot.
It's easiest place to pass is pit road. Yeah, definitely agree. But you were not alone in getting trapped a lap down. I think everybody was a lap down or tail end at one point tonight. It was crazy. Everybody. It seemed like every time there were green flag stops, there was a caution. So you were definitely right to stay out on that last one there, or near last. So great job on the strategy. Great job all night. Looked like you kept the car clean, and as you said, that's the strategy here at Dover. Keep the right side on it. Keep the tires under it.
If I could just give a shout out to my teammates, Synergy Motorsports. It was a great night for them. Thanks for hooking me up. Johnny Desepp painted me up a new car, a new paint scheme coming up soon. And I want to give a shout out to my beautiful girlfriend, Cassie. She came up here, give me a high five, and all my fans that come here and watch every week. And
Awesome.
FSB is
That's
the
cool.
greatest place
All
to
right,
live.
Synergy
I love
Motorsports.
coming here every single week. It's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. We love to hear that kind of enthusiasm.
Dude, man, you came in and ran well your first year in this huge professional talented league. This year, towards the end of the year, you start qualifying like solid, and stuff happened to you. You qualified like 8th, 9th this time, but showed that perseverance, and you deserve some luck. I mean, with these guys, you got to have luck to win. You got to have luck to get on the podium. You got it, and then you executed, and you had fans out there. Definitely, Austin was like, Jam Jay's gonna hammer this tonight, and
that's my partner at work. I work with him every
absolutely.
day.
And
Awesome. Well, he called it.
I picked you for the
shot.
win, but you got a podium, and
I'm stoked, man.
congratulations,
Happy to
bro.
be here.
Yeah,
Thanks for
definitely.
everything you guys do, and it's awesome to go back and watch the replay on YouTube. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank
Great
you,
job,
Jason. And Matt Watkins. My goodness.
This guy.
This guy.
That's what I
This
thought when
freaking
I
guy.
saw coming up behind me.
You were
Here he comes.
Pretty scary.
You almost made me look like a genius there. I said you were going to pass them both on the outside of turn one. You took one extra turn, though. I guess you must have been listening to me. You just wanted to make me look silly.
Definitely, that was the plan.
Curse you, Matt
did a
Watkins.
typical Matt Watkins pit stop under green, which was great about this race. It had so much strategy and change of I don't even, wipe out the slate. Let's start over again. But that green flag stop was pretty heavy, and then at the end there, you just timed it perfect. We had Danny Falcon, that guy, in the booth, and he was talking about racing against you in the past, and you're just once again you planned it perfect, and you had some luck.
Looks
A
like-
lot of luck. Yeah, I had that some good luck and some bad luck, then good luck, and the good luck was more than the bad luck, and it all worked
It looked
out.
like one time you had good luck by staying out and missing the caution, but then you got yourself an end of longest line when the field was all jumbled up.
Yeah, I had to do that to get the lucky dog at that point. I had
Oh,
to-
you were the lucky dog at that point. Okay.
Yes, which was good
realize
because I had to fix. I got in that wreck and had to fix the damage, but it was only 2 hits, so I got to pit, do lucky dog, and then I don't know if I would have caught him with that last caution. I was a little surprised they stayed out, and I was like, I might be in good shape, but do want to say, yeah, really, really good job to Jason there in second. He was
Hey, thanks.
he was
man.
there. Yeah, definitely. He was there the whole time.
Right
And, great job to Rick. So good to see those guys have
Yep,
good runs.
thanks, Matt. Congrats on the win.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So
Well, it
this
just
should
shows
put you in the
that,
points
you know,
lead.
how good these guys are, and you never know who's got a chance to get on the podium.
There we go. I refreshed the points there. Matt Watkins is your points leader by 12 over the Tide. Ken Hansen and Chris Beckman. Both those guys having a rough night there, getting caught laps down, as well as Jeff Hale, 13 back now. Jason
he won
Dulfer
last
jumps up
week,
there
and
into the picture.
They
Tied
put
for
the car
fifth.
on the trailer this week.
Yeah, so great race, everybody. Hopefully you guys sticking in this for the points battle to the end, as we got 10 more weeks to go. Next week we're at Homestead, the modern version, the progressive banking, the place I saw Matt Watkins run out of fuel and get pushed into his stall and come back from a lap down with no lucky dog and win. Yeah, I'm never forgetting that one, because I was just like,
Me either.
what do we have to do to beat this guy?
Well, there are.
That was my
there are
reaction, was
those
like,
sim
what?
racing moments, like when I beat you at Homestead, and I was running out of gas, and
I'll never forget that one either.
yeah, you don't forget those ones you lose too.
Oh yeah, and when you beat me at in the Indy 500, 500 miles, I prepped for it like surgery. Didn't drink anything after midnight, and there you beat me by about a teaspoon of gas.
That too. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, 18 years of FSB, and that's why we still do this. And we're all these guys, you know, what a great race. And then I can't wait for next week. And
Yeah, it was
And
a
the
lot of
week
fun.
after that, and the week after that, and the whole season, the whole year. We're keeping this game alive after all this time. And thanks, guys, for joining us again. Your podium finishers, Rick Castle, Jason Dulfer, and your winner, Matt Watkins. Thanks for joining us and talking about your night there. Putting on a great show
Yep,
for
thanks,
us to
thanks,
cover.
Sean and Mildy. I'm sure
Yeah,
it
thank
was a
you,
great
guys.
broadcast. I'm going to go back and watch it.
heck
Thanks as
yeah.
always. My partner, Milt Minter Jr., joined me. Can't do this without you. Our series sponsor, Bill Farmer, Farmer Brothers Contract, and putting up the hardware these guys are racing for once again. Your series admin, Ryan Johnson, keeping these guys in line, keeping the points updated for us. And of course, Sam Young, the league president, owner, head
Operator.
cheese, keeping the game alive, keeping the league alive. Thanks for all you do, Sammy, and thank all of you for joining us out there, YouTube, watching, chatting, interacting. Helps get the channel some
Thanks for all
visibility.
my coworkers and my teammates showing up and watching. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, spread the word. Hit the like and the subscribe button. Helps us grow. Helps us get put into recommendations. And that's it for tonight. We'll catch you next week at Homestead. But for now, for FSB Racing Live, I'm Sean Reap saying good night, everybody, and we'll see you next week.